Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome back to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how would they rate your seduction game for the person on your mind. So this was a requested reading. If you'd like to see more requests on topics you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments down below. So before we get started with your pile selection, I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, Keen. So this is how my best friend almost ruined my relationship. It started with a missed call from Emily on my boyfriend Kyle's phone at a weird time. Then I saw a missed call from Kyle on Emily's phone as well. I wondered why they'd call each other while I'm at work. My heart raced. I trust them, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. I felt uneasy about Emily before. A year ago, I noticed how she and Kyle seemed to click, sharing jokes and glances that made me uncomfortable. Once I even caught Emily smiling at a message from Kyle, and when I asked him about it, he said it was private. I just dismissed it as paranoia due to my trust issues, but the doubt lingered. The new incident made my old suspicions resurface. Kyle became more secretive, always on his phone, which was unusual for him, and Emily started cancelling plans last minute, which wasn't like her. Everything seemed off and my anxiety grew. I confronted Kyle about the call, but he brushed it off as a mistake. But when I asked Emily, she said she didn't even remember calling at all. Their vague answers made me even more anxious. I needed to know the truth, so that's when I decided to consult with a tarot reader from Keen. I browsed Keen's website, searching for the right psychic for my situation. I found one specializing in relationship readings with great reviews. But it was her energy that caught my attention, so I decided to consult with her, hoping she could reveal the truth. I explained my fears and asked for clarity. As she began typing, I just felt a gnawing anxiety, fearing the truth I might hear. She told me the cards speak of betrayal, and my stomach dropped. Then she added, but they also speak of celebration, a union of hearts. Confused and frustrated, I asked, what does that mean? Her vagueness felt like torture. The truth lies in what you choose to see. The betrayal may not be what you think. Sometimes the heart sees what it fears, not what is real, she responded. I left the chat more confused than ever. Over the next few days, her words echoed in my mind, turning every interaction with Kyle and Emily into something sinister. The final straw came when I saw Kyle and Emily together at a coffee shop, speaking in hushed tones. They didn't see me, but I saw enough to confirm the worst. I left in tears. Back home, I felt broken. How could they betray me? But as I paced around, the tarot reader's words returned to me. Celebration? Union of hearts? Could there be another explanation? The next day, I decided to confront them. I know something's going on, I blurted out. Just tell me the truth. Kyle and Emily exchanged a glance, then smiled. We were going to tell you tonight, Emily said softly. Tell me what, I demanded. Kyle pulled out a small velvet box. We've been planning a special anniversary surprise for you. Our 3-year anniversary is next month. Emily helped me because you trust her taste more than mine. My mind reeled as everything fell into place. The strange calls, the secret meetings, the cryptic conversations. It was all for me. I felt a flood of relief and guilt. The tarot reader's words made sense now. The betrayal was actually my own mistrust, twisted by my fears. I hugged them both, tears streaming down my face as the weight of doubt lifted. They've been planning something beautiful for me, not against me. So I realized that sometimes trust means choosing to see love, even when fear blinds you. I hope you enjoyed that little nugget of my personal life, and if you've had thoughts about something you need clarity on, Keen connects you with talented psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can get a reading whenever it suits you. Just create an account and you'll be able to choose from the hundreds of readers who are online right now. Each reader has unique gifts and specialties, so whether you need insights on love, career, or life in general, they can provide deeper understanding and guidance. Choose whichever reader best suits you, and you'll be able to connect with them via phone call or text chat. It's always best to get a personal psychic reading if you'd like more accurate information on your situation, because it is directed only to your energies. Now, here's your chance to get a personalized reading from Keen. As a new customer on Keen, you can try your first 5 minutes for only $1. Go to trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description box below to receive a discount on your first reading. Thank you, Keen, for bringing this partnership opportunity and for sponsoring today's video. That's trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description box below to get your own personalized reading today at a huge discount. So getting back to your pile selection, we have 3 piles to choose from today. So for pile number 1, we have the Amethyst crystal. For pile number 2, we have Apatite. And for pile number 3, we have Amazonite. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile, pick whichever one you're most drawn to. So once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this amethyst crystal in this card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at how would they rate your seduction game for the person on your mind. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please find my email address in the description box below. Your card says, the goddess of all that flows. With I am an ocean of creative energy and I give birth to what exists within me. So how this is going to work is I'm going to shuffle some cards. We're going to get a rating out of 10 for you through the cards. And then after that, we'll get more information on how this person would just like rate your seduction game in terms of like how they feel about your seductivity, how they think about it. That's kind of what I want to do. So spirit guides of pile number 1, spirit guides of pile number 1, please tap me into the energies of the person on their mind. Tap me into the energies of the person on pile 1's mind and how this person would rate pile 1's seduction game. Please give me a number of how this person would rate pile 1's seduction game. So we have the Hermit showing up first, which is, I just want to check what number that is exactly. Okay, so this is number 9. We have the Page of Cups, and we have the King of Cups. So I'd say this person rates you a 9. So actually I did this reading beforehand, and somehow I lost everything. Like it didn't save like the whole reading, right? And 9 came out earlier when I did this recording, so it's very interesting that it's coming up again. But I actually saw 6, 9 in the previous reading I did where it didn't save. So perhaps this person rates you 9 out of 10. Perhaps they think of you as very seductive in some way, almost like to the 10. But with the 69 number, maybe they also feel like they would like to do that with you. Okay. So this person thinks that you have a very seductive energy because we have this card here. This is Siren mermaid energy, and as you know, the lore or superstition of mermaids or sirens are that they're very alluring. They know how to lure people in with their supernatural kind of voice, with their beautiful voice that can kind of just bring people in even if they don't want to. So I feel like there's this feeling of you being hard to resist, you being so magnetic to this person, you kind of just drawing them in, it's almost like they can't stop themselves from coming towards you. With this ocean energy in the King of Cups here, I do sense that this person has deeper feelings for you, and this person doesn't just view you in a seductive or sexual way, but there is something about like them having deeper feelings for you, and wanting like something with you. I think this person has been alone for a very long time, and they almost feel a little bit shy, or like they don't know what to actually do, or they don't know what to say to you. But I do think that this person sees you as very persuasive in some way, and they are very attracted to your body, especially your waist area, because I was seeing hourglass bodies and kind of like a snatched waist, or like a body that is a little bit more curvy in nature. Um, and I think this person is seduced by your body in some way. I think they're also very attracted to the breast area, your chest area, if that makes sense. You almost make this person nervous or shy with your seduction game. With whatever you say or do to them, you make them almost feel shy or nervous in front of you. But in a not in a way where they want to run, but more in this way of like they want you more, but they're kind of shy in front of you. They're shy to express that. And again, there's this feeling of like deeper feelings of romance or love where this person is kind of fallen for you, and I think they're kind of afraid to admit that. Okay, so let's get some more cards to let this person kind of, well, their energy kind of explain how they feel about your seduction game. So spirit guides of pile 1, spirit guides of pile number 1. How would the person on pile 1's mind rate their seduction game? So we have the 2 of Wands, we have the 3 of Wands reversed, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this person would imagine you to be very wet if they were with you. Again, there's this feeling of like you're hard to resist. Like even if I try to resist you, I can't. Like I just want you more and more and more. And I'm kind of just tempted by your presence, by the way you look, by the way you speak. Something about your voice is very seductive and alluring to this person. Something about the things you say to this person. I think they would love it if you whispered in their ear or like dirty talk to them. Well, if you have done that, then, you know, maybe they do find it very seductive. And that's something I definitely see here, but they definitely imagine like a lot of wetness, or there has been like when you have been intimate. What I also do sense here is this person may not think this on a conscious level, but this is subconscious where your energy is quite healing. And whenever you're intimate with this person may feel like they almost feel lighter after it, or they feel different energetically, if that makes sense. I think that when you're intimate with people, just be careful of who you have intimate relations with, and the type, be discerning about like the type of mood they're in when you're doing it, because if someone's really stressed out, you know, you can take on some of their negative energy or anxiety or whatever it is, or sadness. So just be careful, because you have that healing energy sexually. I feel like you can kind of take on certain people's energies when you are with them. This can be good or bad, you know, this can be taking on their good energy or taking on their bad energy. So just be mindful of that. I feel like with the 5 of Pentacles, this person kind of doesn't show how seduced they are by you because of the sense of shyness with them. And I feel like this person almost looks at you like a goddess or like a queen, and looks up to you in some way, or puts you on some kind of pedestal, which makes their rating for you even higher, or makes them kind of like view your seduction as even more seductive, if that makes sense. This person feels connected to you on a soul level whenever you are together, but not just intimately, but whenever you are together in general. I feel like this person sees you as very deep, and they feel like this emotional connection to you. So whenever you're together intimately, or if you ever do have intimate relations with this person, then I feel like it will be very deep and it will be very emotional, and it's not just going to be a physical act or something that brings both of you pleasure. Yes, it will, but I feel like it's not just that. I feel like you're kind of going to be connecting on that soul level, um, in that sexual way, if that makes sense. And I do also see something about this person wanting to give you pleasure, and this feeling of like we both give each other pleasure, or it's not like one person's just like doing all the work, both of us are. So this person likes that there's kind of like this feeling of like we both want to pleasure each other. So they'd rate your seduction game high because of that. I also think you're good at flirting or saying things to this person that can kind of persuade them into doing what you want. I think that you can kind of just bat your eyelids and get what you want from this person and many other people because of how good you are at persuading people. And when I say persuasion, I don't mean manipulation, but persuading someone to do something you would want them to do. And so I saw a vision of Carlos and Gabby from um, Desperate Housewives, and a scene where Gabby was kind of seducing her husband because she wanted him to buy her something. So I see this energy of like you could persuade people or this person to get you stuff you want or to do stuff you would want them to do. Because of the hold you have on them, you sort of know how to get people wrapped around your finger. And this person feels such deep emotions for you that they do anything for you. And that's part of your seduction game. Because I feel like whatever you've done to this person, it's like you have this hold on them. You have them wrapped around your finger. And they will never tell you that. They're hiding that from you. They're keeping their feelings secret, but it is felt by them. This person has tried to not catch feelings for you, but caught feelings for you anyways. That's what I see here. And I see that there is some sense of consistency here with the Knight of Pentacles in terms of how they rate your seduction game, where there's a sense of like you're always good at seducing this person. It's never like one day you're good at it, one day you're bad at it. There's a sense of consistency here. And I feel like you meet all their needs. And if they had any unmet needs sexually, like I feel like they would get it met by you. They may also feel like although you meet their sexual needs, you also leave them wanting more and more and more, or they would imagine this if you haven't been together yet. And that weight is making them kind of like more anxious to have you, if that makes sense. With the Three of Wands reversed, this person didn't plan to actually like fall for you or to actually catch feelings for you. Like a lot of you just wanted something casual with this person, and I think they didn't plan to feel this way. And it's sort of like whatever happened between the two of you, some of you were like friends of benefits or something like that, and what this person caught feelings. Whatever you did to them sexually sort of made them catch feelings in some way. The reason I say so is because I'm hearing something, and I don't know where I heard this from, but I remember years and years ago, I heard this somewhere on social media. I don't know if it was in a song, but someone was like on social media, he effed me so hard or something, was so good that I said I love you or something like that. So I'm hearing that in my mind, and I don't know where that came from exactly. If someone knows, let me know. But we have the Five of Cups showing up next. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Five of Wands reversed, and we have the Six of Cups. Okay, so this person feels like you have a very peaceful vibe and aura about you that is kind of seductive in itself. You don't really need to force things with people. Like, you don't really need to force attraction or force feelings or anything like that. It kind of just happens naturally, if that makes sense. Um, you don't really need to try too hard, is what I mean. Of course, we should never force attraction, but what I'm basically trying to say here is you don't have to try too hard to seduce this person or to seduce anyone for that matter. I think with the Six of Cups, this person kind of compares you to past lovers or past people they've been with sexually, and you're one of the top tier ones. You're like one of the best ones they've been with, or they would imagine that if you haven't been together yet. And I think this person may also reminisce back to certain sexual memories you've had together if you have been intimate, or they may want to make those memories with you and reminisce back on them. The Six of Cups can talk about daydreaminess, nostalgia. So that is why I say that. Maybe this person daydreams or fantasizes about doing certain things to you sexually because of how you seduce them with your game. I feel like you're very good at flirting again with the Knight of Cups. You're very good at like saying the right things to this person to make them want you even more. And I feel like you did that so much to the point when this person actually caught feelings for you and is now like afraid of getting hurt or afraid that you might not be on the same page with them or you might not like them back. So yeah, that is what I definitely see here. I think this person sees you as almost like perfect, and that is part of your seduction game. But also with other people, they kind of look at you as like perfect, almost like doll-like. You're very pretty or very handsome. There's something perfect about your beauty or flawless about your beauty. I do also see there's something about the seduction in your eyes, like eye contact being very seductive by you. And this person can't get you off their mind. That is part of what you've done to seduce them. Like I said, you have this person under some kind of hold, or you have them wrapped around your finger, whether you realize it or not. And that was part of your seduction game, whether you did it intentionally or not. So that's where I'm going to leave your reading. I really hope this reading resonated with you, pile number 1. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Let me know if this resonated down in the comments below. And I can't wait to see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this apatite crystal and this card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at how would they rate your seduction game for the person on your mind. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please find my email address in the description box below. Your card says the first woman. With I am the voice of my body and soul, I choose the life that I desire to live. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards. How this is going to work is I'm first going to get maybe like a few cards to get a number on how they would rate you out of 10. And then we're just going to get more information on what they think of your seduction game. So Spirit Guides of pile number 2, Spirit Guides of pile number 2. How would the person on their mind rate pile 2's seduction game? How would the person on pile 2's mind rate their seduction game? Please give me a number out of 10 of how they would rate pile 2's seduction game. So we have 2. We have 2 again, and we have the Judgment card, which is, I need to check what number that is. Okay, this is number 20. So we have 2 to 20. And at the back of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands. I'm just trying to think how I'm going to decipher this message. Let me just ask Spirit for confirmation. Is this a 2 or is this a 20, Spirit? Please confirm. I'm getting the number 4, so 2 plus 2, 4. And then why is the 20 here? Okay, I'm getting this feeling of like at first they would have rated you 4, but then after some time of really thinking about it, that number would go higher. Does that make sense? So maybe in the beginning of your connection, they would rate you like a 2 or 4. No, not 2, 4. I meant 4. And then towards the end, like now, they would have rated you 20, where you would have broke the scale. Because what I'm basically getting here from your energy is, at first, they kind of never saw you in that sexual way, where it wasn't like you're doing anything wrong. But I think at first they just didn't want to cross any boundaries or any lines with you. They didn't want to make you uncomfortable by like saying sexual things to you. And I think that you are that type of person that really knows your worth, and you don't like go really fast with people where you're kind of like saying certain things too quickly or crossing boundaries either. Like, I feel like you're that type of person where you really want to get to know a person, take your time before you open up to them in that sexual way. And because of that, it's kind of like both of you were a little bit like, one person was very intimidated by you, this person, and then you were kind of like backing off, because not because of intimidation or shyness or nervousness, but because you just kind of wanted to take it slow. So I think because this person kind of just felt like they didn't want to say anything to make you mad or cross any lines or boundaries with you, they kind of just kept those sexual desires or feelings to themselves at first, and they kind of just tried to get to know you on an emotional level first, or yeah, just kind of tried to get to know you, the real you, first, before seeing that this is exactly what they desire after some time. So I think the reason why that rating went higher after some time is because at first this person was so intimidated by you that it was almost like they couldn't make any move on you. Because they were so intimidated, it's almost like this person was kind of scared of your rejection or scared of your reaction to it. So they decided to just take things slowly and see where things go with you. And I sense that they had a lot of attraction towards you in the beginning that they weren't necessarily fully expressing, or sexual attraction that they weren't fully expressing or desire here, right? So the storyline I'm basically seeing here is like this person was very attracted to you in the beginning. They kind of just didn't want to come on too strong. They were very intimidated by you. They were kind of even a little bit scared of you. You kind of had this look that turned them to stone, where they were so tempted by you, but at the same time, you made them so nervous where they felt like they were kind of turning to stone. And there was this feeling here of like, them almost seeing you as someone that would dominate them in the bedroom at first. They made that assumption. So I don't know if that's true or not, later on, if they still see you that way, but they kind of thought you would dominate them in the bedroom, or you would like kind of take control in the bedroom, or have all the power in the bedroom or something like that. That's kind of what I feel from this Lilith energy, because if you don't know the story of Lilith, she basically was kicked out of the Garden of Eden. She was made as equal to Adam, and she didn't want to submit to Adam. She wanted to be an equal to him. She didn't want to be underneath him sexually. She wanted to kind of be equal to him, and because he didn't want that, she kind of got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, and she chose her own sovereignty and her own independence over kind of submitting to a man. So I feel like with this pile, you're very independent. You kind of just don't need a man. You don't need anybody, like, per se. You don't need somebody to date them. And I feel like you kind of just pursue who you want to pursue. You're not desperate for that attention or that validation. And because of that, I feel like your seduction comes from that dark feminine energy, where you're kind of like seducing people through being intimidating, through being someone that knows your worth, through being someone that's kind of hard to get. That is your kind of seduction game. And after a while of this person actually taking a look at this, they kind of made that rate higher, because they realized that, whoa, I didn't think you were seducing me at the time, because you kind of seemed like you were avoiding me, or like you didn't want me in that sense. But now that I look back on it, that was part of your seduction game, because you made me want you even more by chasing after you, by almost like getting hooked onto you, where I just wanted to almost chase after you and want you more and more and more. And you made me so shy and nervous that, okay, now I see that's your seduction game. So I feel like that's how this person maybe thinks of it, if they had to think of it in that way. And I think that there is this feeling here of them kind of wanting to see that more passionate side of you and waiting to see it, but also needing to chase after you to have it, but also feeling scared at the same time. So I feel like that's part of your seduction game, and I think this person has had feelings for you since the beginning, and they didn't want this. They didn't want you to kind of like walk away from them thinking that that's all they wanted from you, like a sexual thing. So they kind of just took it slow, if that makes sense. So spirit guides, show me more about how this person thinks of their seduction game. We have the sun. Whatever you do to them in the bedroom makes them very happy. Or whatever they think of doing with you, they assume it would make them feel very happy and joyous right after. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Five of Wands reversed. I think you and this person are sort of like opposites of each other, the Nine of Pentacles. I think this person is a lot more sensitive than you, and I think you're someone that knows your worth. You're someone that has strong boundaries up, and you're someone that almost makes people chase after you. You're not the one chasing, you're the one attracting. And that's part of your seduction game that is so attractive to this person. It's kind of like, it's almost like I had to put in the work to actually get here with you, or I have to put in the work to actually get here with you. And it's kind of like, in order to get there, you have to put in the effort. Because you're so independent and you don't need anybody, like I said, you're not coming from this energy of desperation. And so that's why your rating was so high towards the end when this person really looked at it, because at first they thought you weren't even trying to seduce them, but when they really think about it, you actually did by playing hard to get. So that's kind of the storyline I see here in the cards. I think you're very different from this person, where you're not afraid of confrontation, you're not afraid of speaking your mind, speaking your truth. And this person is so afraid of confrontation, so afraid to like make the first move. But it's almost like you had to push them into that energy of like making the first move and stepping into that energy in order to be with you. Because I feel like this person is like more emotional, more sensitive, more nervous, less courageous, but you kind of brought them out of that shy energy, and it's almost like you playing hard to get made them have to be courageous and chase after you if they wanted you. You know what I mean? So that's part of your seduction game I'm seeing here, which is why this person like feels like you almost break the scale if they had to rate you. Okay, what else? I see that this person has like really strong feelings for you, where they may even feel like they were meant to meet you, or like this was some kind of fated connection in some way. Like you make them so happy. And I saw this before when I recorded this the first time, because I recorded it the first time and it never saved. Like none of my footage saved. So yeah, anyways, but basically it's coming up again. So that's an emphasized message here. I feel like this person has deeper, strong feelings for you. We have the Chariot showing up next. We have Judgment. It's almost like you don't even really have to do much to seduce. You just have to sit there and look pretty, and the other person will do all the chasing. Okay, the Six of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and you look at people's consistency. You look at how trustworthy they are. I'm hearing that Spice Girls, is it Spice Girls, where she's like, the song where they're like, if you want to be my lover. I'm hearing that song. So it's almost like if someone wants to be with you romantically, they have to chase after you. They have to put in a lot of effort. They have to really be consistent with what they're giving. They have to be trustworthy. They have to meet your standards. And that is a great seduction game because, like I said, it's coming from this place of like, I don't chase, I attract. If you want me, you have to chase after me kind of energy. So the Six of Swords here can also represent a change in this person's mind, where maybe at first they didn't think you were seducing them, but now when they actually think about it, like looking back on it, you were. Just by kind of like attracting them towards you with your energy. I see them kind of wanting to satisfy you sexually, wanting to make you feel like whatever they do to you makes you smile so much. I see them wanting to kind of like get some kind of validation from you that they're pleasuring you well in some way. So that's also part of your seduction game. Like maybe when you're intimate with people, you don't exactly say how good it is or whatever. So it almost makes them want to get that validation from you, if that makes sense. Or you don't show like on your face how good it was or how bad it was, if that makes sense. I think this person sees you as a high value woman or man. And again, there's this feeling here of like, only the best people get to be with you. Maybe this feeling of you being desired by many, but not many can have you. And because of that, it sort of makes you seem like a prize. You know, it sort of makes you seem like, oh, if someone actually gets to be with you, something must be special about them, right? So, yeah, I feel like that's part of your seduction game here. That's the main message I kept channeling. So I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also let me know if this resonated down in the comments below. One last message, I also feel like you can kind of just put this person to sleep or anybody to sleep with whatever you do. And I'm also tasting chili, so there's something very hot and spicy about you. And it's kind of like you leave this aftertaste in people's mouths after you're with them, where they just need you. They just need to chase after you even more. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave your reading. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye! Hi there, my Polymer 3s. If you chose this Amazonite crystal and this card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at how would they rate your seduction game for the person on your mind. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please find my email address in the description box below. Your card says the High Priestess with I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards. We're going to get a rating out of 10 first. Let's get a few cards to see what number we get. And then after that, I'll explain more about like what this person thinks of your seduction game. So Spirit Guides of pile number 3. Spirit Guides of pile number 3. How would this person on their mind rate pile 3's seduction game? How would this person on their mind rate pile 3's seduction game? How would the person on their mind rate pile 3's seduction game? Please show me a number out of 10 of how they would rate pile 3's seduction game. So we have the Four of Wands. Now, the first time I recorded this reading, this card came out as well. It didn't save the recording for some reason. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the Page of Cups. So I'd say this person would rate you a 4 to a 6. And what I'm basically getting here is this person is very attracted to you. Very, very attracted to you. There's some kind of like lust or desire coming from them. But something here in this person's wants changed. So perhaps you and this person were kind of seeing each other and there was some kind of like separation here or ghosting that happened or something that kind of ended what you were building here together. Whether that was just like you two having a situationship and seeing each other casually, or whether it was like you believing you were going to get a relationship out of this, whatever it was, I feel like things were going really well and it wasn't that you were doing anything wrong, but I feel like someone else caught their attention. And I know you don't want to hear that, but what I basically picked up from this person was like womanizer energy, and someone that can almost like not keep their dick in their pants, and someone that always like doesn't want other people to cheat on them but cheats on other people. You know what I mean? Like that double standard kind of energy. I think this person was coming through to me in their energy is like, you know, when someone praises you and they're like, oh, you're so sexy, blah 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 blah, but then when you don't give them what they want one time, then they're like, oh, fuck you, you were ugly anyway. Like, I'm picking up on that kind of energy, which is why the rating is so low here, with 4 to 6. I feel like the rating should be higher, because what I'm basically sensing here is this person was so attracted to you and like so desiring after you in some type of way for like a really long time. And I feel like someone else came along and stole their attention from you, but didn't really steal their attention, because this person isn't like really the best. But I do sense some kind of like divine intervention here from Spirit, where it's almost like Spirit took this person out of your life because Spirit knew that this person would probably just hurt you or not give you what you want. And I think you sense that. I think you got a gut feeling from this person that maybe they weren't taking you so seriously. Maybe they were just telling you what you wanted to hear, or selling you dreams or something like that. And I think things were going really well, but then this person is that type of person that always has a wandering eye, always looking for the next best thing. And they're not the greatest catch themselves, but they think they are. So we're dealing with someone that has a big ego, that thinks they're the shit, that thinks they deserve everything. Um, so what I'm getting here, I'm not trying to insult this person, I promise. I'm just reading the energy. What I'm getting here from this person is kind of like that energy of, you know, when someone isn't really the best looking themselves, but then they act like they're the shit, and they act like every person they're with should be falling head over heels in love with them, and like they try to humble every person they date, even those people that are prettier than them that they date. Um, that's the type of energy I see, where it's like they try to humble that person even though they themselves are not that great, where maybe that person they're trying to humble is prettier than them, or more successful than them, or smarter than them. And I pick up on someone with a big ego but a lot of insecurities, where it's almost like they try to humble the people they're with. Um, so that's why the rating here isn't as high as it should be. The reason why I say so is because this person may see you as someone that's kind of like marriage material. This person may see you as someone that would be a great partner or a great like long-term lover. There's something about you with a high priestess here where you know how to say or do things to people that they want. It's like you almost can sense what people want and what they don't want, and you're able to deliver that to them. The reason why I'm saying so, because I also see the Nine of Cups popping out here. And the Nine of Cups is about, like, in this case, fulfilling this person's wishes. As we're talking about this, based on the context we're talking about, like, you say certain things or do certain things to this person that they would want, but you also do that to other people. That's part of your seduction game. I feel like you either use your intuition consciously or unconsciously, where you're able to tell what people want and what they don't want. And I'm picking up that you can use this in sales and business too, and you will be very successful. That is part of your seduction game, where you use your intuitive abilities to figure out what people want and what they don't want, so that you're able to sort of almost portray yourself as like their dream come true. There's almost like this Neptunian energy with you of like fantasy, where you sort of become their fantasy, where you sort of become their desire of affection, where you sort of become that they're looking for. I feel like you have this very magical, cosmic, potent, powerful sexual energy that is so magnetic. I'm seeing like, you know, a magnet, I'm seeing that by your sacral chakra. So I feel like you have the ability to attract a lot of people your way just based off your sexual energy alone. And it has nothing to do with looks. You could be very beautiful, very sexy physically, but I feel like it has to do with your energy, that potent, cosmic, magical, sexual energy. And it's so intense that it may be a little bit too much for certain people, but for the right people, it will be exactly what they're looking for. I feel like this person knows that you're almost too good for them, or you're out of their league, that it's almost like they fumbled things subconsciously, or they subconsciously self-sabotage because maybe they felt like they were not good enough for you. This person also thinks that you're someone that doesn't hide anything, you're authentic, you're just yourself, and that's very attractive to this person as well. So yeah, I'd say this person's opinion doesn't matter too much because, like I said, it's almost like their energy. Remember, I'm reading their energy. They're not speaking right now, but if we had to ask them this, they would give you that low rating of 4 to 6 because they're trying to humble you, not because you actually are a 4 to 6. Do you get what I mean? So that's how I'm seeing the energy here. But I'm also seeing that divine intervention happened where this was not the one for you, and spirit almost took this person out of your life because this person just wasn't going to treat you right. They were just going to hurt you. Queen of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. There's something about your voice that's very seductive to this person. You also come across as very mysterious in some way. And that's also very seductive to this person and other people in general. Because you're so mysterious, it sort of brings this intrigue out in people where they want to get to know you more, where they almost become a little bit obsessive, I'm hearing, over you, because I'm seeing the Devil card in my mind and I'm hearing the word obsession. I'm seeing Maddie from Euphoria in my mind's eye, and well, Alexa Demi, I'm seeing her, not her character actually, I'm seeing Alexa Demi and how she kind of became quite famous from that Euphoria series, and how, you know, people still talk about her. She doesn't post much on social media. She doesn't show up everywhere in the world, but because she's so mysterious, it causes people to want to see her more, to want to know about her more. Even when you think of like Beyonce, for example, I don't like Beyonce that much. I've listened to some of her music, but anyways, like, whether I like her or not, anyways, this is the reading. Beyonce has that effect on people where, because she's so mysterious and private, it makes people want to know more and more and more. And I feel like you have that same kind of energy here with the Page of Swords. And with the Queen of Swords, again, there's something about your voice, something about the way you speak that is coming across as very seductive. You know how to flirt, you know how to say things that people want to hear, or say things that they want to hear. Three of Cups. And it's sort of like you either do this intentionally or unintentionally, where it's just like you're using your intuition. The Three of Cups, Five of Swords. I told you, this person's a womanizer. They're constantly on to the next. And I feel like this person just went on to the next, and it has nothing to do with you. They're just that type of person. Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess. I think you already intuitively felt this or had some kind of gut feeling from this person. Maybe you tried to not get attached to them and tried to almost like not want them too much, to not get attached, because maybe you sensed that energy from them that you couldn't quite trust them with the High Priestess, Seven of Swords. Maybe you were already feeling like discerning, not fully trusting them, because maybe you knew this person was kind of like a liar, or kind of just telling you things you want to hear, even though you... It's different than your seduction game, because theirs is like kind of like sweet talking. But yours is different, where it's like you almost become what people want without realizing. But this is different. This person kind of says things that they don't mean, if that makes sense. Whereas you mean it when you say it. I hope I'm making sense, but this is kind of how I'm seeing the energy. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm trying my best to describe it. I feel like you don't need this person, and that's part of the appeal here. Because you know what you want, but you don't need this person. And that's also part of the appeal here, which made this person want you even more. I feel like what Spirit wants to say is don't worry about this person's opinion. Try focus on using this spiritual ability you have to the best possible ability. I feel like using it in your career is really going to help you. Because whether you use it with business, with clients, where you almost like figure out what the person wants and find a way to give them what they want, that is how you're going to make a lot of sales, or how you're going to get the man or the woman you want. That is what I see here. But your intuition is always here to protect you. So be discerning about who you let in. You know, you may want someone, but are they good for you? That's always a question to make sure you're asking yourself. And yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave your reading, because I think I got the gist of it. Most of your seduction comes from like this magical, cosmic, sexual, potent energy you have. Your sacral chakra energy is pretty strong, and that's why I say that. So this is what I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Let me know in the comments how it resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.